Brenner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
I'm Riley Mills, and I didn't go to college. Bear down, baby.
Lane Cooner, the conductor of the Baker train.
That's right, everybody. We have the conductor of the Baker train joining us on the Wide Eye Sports Podcast. Week 11 pregame show. We also have Riley joining us, local Bears fan, and your boy Bryn, as always, hosting. Make sure to take a second real quick. Check what time it is, because it's time to like and subscribe to the video and the channel. So do that right now. Just take a second. Thank you very much. Let's get into week 11, guys. First things first, we're going to pick spreads. I'm going to throw all the spreads up on the screen. We'll go one game at a time. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about everything. So let me pull that up for us here. Boom. Add to stage. All righty. First things first, we're doing FanDuel this week. We have Thursday Night Football, the Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm taking Washington plus 3.5 here. I don't see this being a 7-point game in the Eagles' favor, and it's most likely to be a 3-point game, if anything. If the Washington Commanders don't win, I kind of like Commanders' money line. I'm taking that 2 stars, 2-star confidence level. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it real quick. I think the Eagles win this game, but I prefer getting a field goal plus half a point here with the Commanders because it's probably going to be close. So give me that, and I'm also going to 2-star it.
I'm going to go 2-star in Philly's favor.
Oh, wow.
I think the offenses are on the same level. I think Philly's has higher upside.
Wow.
And I think the defenses are a bit of a scratch. I just trust Philly playing in big games better.
I mean, for me, I just watched Jaden Daniels put up 27 on maybe the best defense in the entire league. So I don't think outside of Baltimore, I think Baltimore and Washington are the 2 best offenses right now. Maybe Cincinnati. So Philly doesn't even crack my top 3 for offenses, and I would put Washington at 1 or 2. So. But I like it. I'm not mad at it. Either way, they are the home team playing good right now. Next up, we have Jaguars at the Lions. This is a massive spread. I don't like it. I'm gonna 1-star Jacksonville here. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is gonna play. I don't like Mac Jones playing, but I don't like a 14-point spread, a 13.5-point spread. I don't like. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole, but I will take Jacksonville 1 star.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville 1 star just because that spread's so big. Especially after the way Goff played last week. I think anything could happen.
Yeah. Spoon?
I think this is a bounce back game for Detroit, especially with Trevor Lawrence probably being out. Jacksonville's, I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball hardly at all.
Yeah, no.
I think we're going to get a little bit. Detroit's going to get a little bit back on pace, but yeah, I'm taking their spread.
Detroit's?
I'm taking Detroit's spread, and I'm going to 2-star it. I think they're going to blow them out. I think this is going to be similar. The last time they were home, they beat the dog shit out of the Titans. I see Jacksonville, same outcome here.
I could see it, absolutely. I just don't like 14-point spreads, so I don't like it either way. But, I could definitely see it going either way. Next up, Packers at Bears. Bears are only 5.5.5-point underdogs here. It's a division game at Chicago. I'll probably 1-star the Packers here. I'm not super confident in it. Just because it's a divisional game. The Bears are so up and down. Some games they look great, some games they look terrible. I don't know which Chicago offense I'm going to get. So for that, I'll take the Green Bay Packers -5.5 on a 1-star. Spoon?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Green Bay as well. The Bears have not been playing good at all the last few weeks. I'm going to 2-star again.
Riley?
Yeah, I can't choose the Bears. with Green Bay coming off a bye, they've had an extra week to prepare against what's been a bad team the last couple of weeks. As much as it pains me to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. All right, Rams at Patriots. I'm taking the Rams minus 4.5, 4 stars. Set it and forget it. They have a weird loss to the Dolphins. Yeah, I don't see a world in which the Rams don't win this game. Minus 4.5.
Yeah, I think they win by a touchdown or more. So I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna 3-star it.
I'm going to take the Rams in a 3-star. I know the Bears just made the Patriots look like an all-world caliber team, but I don't think they are.
But it's the Bears.
Yes, it was the opponent, not the normal.
All right. Next up, we have Browns at New Orleans, and I am going to take the Saints minus 1.5 here. I just don't see. Jameis Winston is a 30-30 guy, right? 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. They're going to turn the ball over. Saints at home. Cleveland's defense hasn't played well. I'm going to take the Saints. Spoon?
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints as well, and I'm honestly going to 4-star this one because I just think the Saints are going to. They beat Atlanta, who I think is better than them at home. They're staying home again. They're not going to have to travel or anything. I think that this is going to be. Honestly, I think they win by a touchdown or more here. I don't think this is going to be that close, is what the spread's saying.
Yeah, no, I could. I'm going to 3-star mine, Riley.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-star Saints. I think they're a better team than the Browns. I think Jameis Winston. I know he played good in his first game. Did he play well last week?
He didn't play super well, not well enough to win, certainly, but didn't play super well. I think that first game was the first game with a backup quarterback. You don't really know what the game plan is. You come out, and it's one of those things where you have to adjust on the fly. Baltimore's defense isn't super good. They're a bottom, 10, 12 defense in the NFL. So even if they are going to adjust, it's not going to be well. So I think that teams have tape on them and they'll be able to crack the code on that pretty easy. I don't think it's a big one.
Well, the Chargers were able to do it a couple weeks ago. So
the Chargers defense is top 2 in the league. So, all right. Next up, we have the Vikings at the Tennessee Titans. Man, I want to pick the Vikings minus 5. I want to. Man, I just don't know recently with our offense. Man, it has been like the first half of the Colts game was lackadaisical. The second half was great. We played fine. We put up points. And then last week, we just one thing after another, just ball bounces the wrong way. A call goes the wrong way, keeps us out of the end zone. 3 out of our 5 trips in the end zone were not anything of our own fruition. It was bad calls or bad bounces. And I'm going to 2-star the Vikings here, but it's a 2-star for me.
Riley, go ahead. I'm looking at something.
I'm going to 3-star the Vikings. I think the roster differences between the two. I think Minnesota is just a better all-around team than the Titans, and I think they're 5.5 point difference in roster.
Yeah, for sure.
Dang it! Wanted this.
Spoon?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Vikings here. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt. I think that they bounced back after struggling last week. That under really looks appealing.
Oh, see, I like the over.
I just don't see the Titans scoring a whole lot on this defense.
Garbage time, baby. We'll get up early and it'll be a lot of garbage time.
But I'm taking the Vikings spread and I'm going to 2-star it.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Don't hate that one bit. Next up, we have the Colts at the Jets. I'm going to take the Colts here, plus 3.5. Joe Flacco is not what he had been recently, but I feel like he could have a big game. And I think the Jets are just one of the worst teams in the NFL right now, point blank and simple. They just got shit on by the Arizona Cardinals, who are not a top 5 team, who are not some world breaker. And this Jets team looks god awful right now. And until they show me any sort of legitimate life, I'm taking the other team. Colts 3.5. and I'm going to 2-star that.
So the Colts have lost 3 straight. They have been against some really tough teams. I think they bounced back here against a very weak Jets team. I'm going to take the Colts plus 3.5, and I'm going to 3-star it.
Riley?
I am going to take the Jets. Now, Brenner, you talked about the dumpster fire that the Jets have been.
Yeah.
I think the Colts have been a slightly cooler dumpster fire. It's
Slightly
like
less hot dumpster fire.
It's like just barely smoking, whereas the Jets, the flames are coming out of the bin.
Yeah.
I don't think they've handled the Anthony Richardson situation well.
Nope.
They're on a 3-game losing streak. I think with the Jets being at home, we have seen halves where the Jets have played good. And I could see this being one of those games where they play good in the first half, good in the second half, and it's enough to win.
See, my thing is, though, their last 3 losses came to Houston, Minnesota. Both of those were road games, and then Buffalo. And they didn't get blown out in any of those games. They're playing tough teams close, and the Jets are not a tough team by any means.
No. So yeah. And I mean, Colts already have a win over Pittsburgh. I mean, I would imagine.
That is Justin Fields, Pittsburgh, though.
This is true. All right, let's look at the Raiders at the Dolphins here. Raiders are plus 7.5 at Miami. Man, 7.8 point spreads. I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. It's like the Dolphins are going to win this game. There's a reason they're minus 390 on the money line, so you don't take the money line. But I feel like that plus 7.5 is kind of Vegas trying to tease you into it, and I think it's a 7-point or less ball game. So I'm going to go Las Vegas, 2 stars.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here on their spread. I mean, they covered the spread last week. If this was the spread last week against the Rams, they would have covered it. Now they're home against a much weaker team. I'm gonna say they cover it, and I'm gonna 2-star it.
That's fair. I don't hate it. Riley?
What is Miami's record right now?
With Tua or without Tua?
Just on the season.
I think they're like
3-6.
Yeah, 3-6. And
3-6.
Vegas is 2-7.
I am going to take Miami. Now, I was seeing something today. The only game on the season Tyreek Hill has had 100 or more yards was the game he had the incident with the police outside the stadium. I think this could halfway be a get-right game for Miami. If Tyreek Hill can get rolling, I think it's a double-digit blowout.
Or if he can just get arrested before the game, he could definitely have a good one, right?
Definitely do that.
Get like not anything serious, like get a speeding ticket or something.
Yeah.
That's his good luck charm. He just gets a speeding ticket.
Just gets
every
pulled over. All right. Here's my game of the week. Ravens at Steelers. What do you guys? I mean, I am gonna take the Ravens -3 because I feel like the Ravens are gonna win this game. But man, oh man, 3 points for Pittsburgh at home. I don't think Pittsburgh is on a neutral site. I don't think they're 6-point underdogs. Man, this is tough. It's a field goal game for me, and so it's a push. Like it's a 0-star Baltimore for me. Like just because I think Baltimore will win. I don't like the 3-point spread at all because there's a good chance this comes down to a field goal. I'm gonna take the Ravens -3 though. Spoon.
I'm taking the Steelers here. If you're going to give me 3 points at home, I'm going to take it. I'm going to 3-star it too I'm going to 4-star it because I said before that I think the Steelers are going to win this game. And if you're going to give me 3 points, that just makes it even easier to bet it. I'm looking at the under on this game as well.
The under. with
I
the
feel
Ravens defense?
yes, because the Steelers offense isn't quite there yet. They are. I mean, they're good enough to win games, obviously.
I mean, they've been putting up 30 points a game with Russ, and they're going up against a bottom 10 defense, and you don't think they could?
Yeah, but it's
I mean,
a
I see this as
division
a
game. It's
I
a
see
division game.
25-28 game all day.
I think this could easily end 20-17.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know about that. Riley, what do you think?
I don't know. I would lean Baltimore, probably 2-star. I think Lamar Jackson is just too hot to score less than 20 points.
Yeah. I see this as a I don't see. I mean, the Commanders
if
just
anything,
put
I
up
would
27
take the
on them.
over.
The Commanders just put 27 up on him. Lamar is the better version of Jaden, and so I just don't see a world in which the Steelers win, honestly. But they could technically. There's definitely a world where that exists, especially with them playing at home. But the Ravens' offense is so hot right now. I don't know how you stop them, but it's definitely possible. Definitely a possibility. All right, Seahawks at the 49ers. I'm going to take the Niners -6.5. The Hawks have not been healthy recently. No word on if DK will play yet this week. And then the Niners are getting everybody back healthy. I like the Niners. 3-star.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners here. Obviously, McCaffrey being back is huge. Also, being home is pretty big for him. But I'm only going to 2-star it just because it is a division game.
Yeah, that's fair.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Spoon on this one. I'll probably go 2-star San Fran, just because it is a big spread for a division game. I know Seattle has been kind of kicked around the last couple weeks, but San Francisco has not been who they have been the last couple of years. And you can say, the Avengers have been hurt. Well, you still have Iron Man. You still have Captain America. It's not like you don't have guys on the team.
Well, I would argue that
a couple of them are hurt.
I would argue that they didn't have I saw more as like the Justice League and Christian McCaffrey being Superman. They didn't have Superman. Kittle's your Batman. They had a banged up Batman. Brandon Ayuk has disappeared. Debo's been in and out of the lineup, so you're missing a key member like the Flash. You're missing something there.
The Ayuk situation has not gotten any more clear because there was all this buzz in the offseason about his contract and comments were made, and then they signed him to a big deal, and you think he's going to come out and ball. And did he have a 100-yard game this year?
I don't think he's. No, I do not think he's. Not to my knowledge, anyways. I mean, on the season, he has. Let's see. On the season, I got the yardages pulled up here. He is 374 yards in 7 games, with no touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean they decided
fourth
to
on the
pay
team
him
in
and then
receiving
decided
yards.
not to use him. When you had guys hurt.
I mean, but they are. The crazy part is they are using. He's second on the team in targets, only behind George Kittle.
What do they?
He's just not playing well.
Isn't he hurt? He's out for the year, isn't he? At
Ayuk?
this point, yeah. I'm fairly certain he tore up his knee like
that may have
3
been.
weeks ago.
I'm not 100% sure on it. It doesn't bring up the injuries or anything on here, so I don't know. But I can find out in a moment. He just didn't play well all season, and it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way in his last few games. Like he had, let's see here, he had one 100-yard game against the Cardinals. He went for 147 yards, 12 targets, 8 catches, no touchdowns. So there's over a third of his yards in one game this season.
Yeah.
It's just bad. But all right, let's move on to the next game here. We have the Atlanta Falcons heading to Denver. I'm going to take Denver minus 2.5 here. I think that defense is for real. Hate Sean Payton, hate his guts. Hope he literally has an ulcer every day for the rest of his life. But I'm going to take him. He's got that defense playing well. That team's bought in, and I'm going to take Denver minus 2.5, and I'm going to 4-star that.
Yeah, I'm up there with you. I think Denver easily wins this game. Yeah, I'm going to 4-star it as well.
I'm not quite at the 4-star. I'd probably 2-star it, but I'm going to go Denver.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a world in which the way the Falcons have played recently, bad loss to the Seahawks, bad loss to the Saints. I don't see them traveling across the country and then just pulling out a dub against the really, really good defense in Denver. So I like the under in this game. I really like the under of, I see this game as like a 17-20 game, Spoon. And I like the under a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Next up, Chiefs at Bills. This is the other game of the week. I mean, there's two, right? And this is the other one. And my, oh my, is it going to be a good game? Chiefs at Bills. Chiefs are 1.5 underdogs, 9-0, going into Buffalo. I'm going to take the Bills minus 1.5, and I'm going to 3-star that. Spoon?
Oh.
The Chiefs just keep finding ways to win. I think it's going to continue. The Bills don't look that good against tough teams. I'm going to take the Chiefs plus 1.5, and I'm going to 4-star it.
Interesting. Interesting.
I'm going to take the Bills in a 3-star. I think with it being at Buffalo in the regular season, it's not a playoff game. I think on paper the Chiefs have a way better roster, but I think they've just been playing bad teams too close. And I think Buffalo, Josh Allen, up until last week, I think he had 2 interceptions, but he's been playing phenomenal all season. And I could just see a game where he comes out and has 4 touchdowns, no picks, a bunch of yards, and is Superman.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind that. I do believe it was last week, right? Yeah, he didn't play super well last week. He had a rough game against Indy, but I don't think that continues. I think he bounces back against the Chiefs. He went 22 or 37 attempts, 22 completions, less than 60% completion percentage, 280 yards, and 2 interceptions. Not so great there. Did have 8 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown, but generally not what you're looking for. So I think he has a bounce back game against the Chiefs. I think they send a message and they get a win. Alrighty here. Sunday Night Football, Bengals at the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers minus 1.5. They're at home. Their defense is next level. Their offense can move the rock against anybody, especially that Bengals defense. I'm going to 3-star the Chargers at home, minus 1.5. Spoon?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers minus 1.5 at home as well. The Bengals, as we said before, always find ways to lose each game that they play. This Chargers defense looks pretty solid. I'm going to 4-star that.
Riley?
See, I'm not as confident in it. I'm going to go Chargers 1-star just because I do think Cincinnati is dangerous in the aspect of they can pull one game out. All it takes is one game that the defense plays well, the offense plays well. They've shown they can do it at different times. But yeah, I think this could end up being a really close, good game.
All right. Well, I believe that's the Sunday night game, right? Yeah, Sunday night game. So we got the Monday night game, the battle for Texas. The battle for Texas. And I said back in June the Texans were going to win this game. I said back in June that Houston had become Texas' team. And I firmly believe that. And I'm going to 4-star Texans minus 7.5. I think this is a beatdown similar to last week. Spoon, I'm sorry. I know I hate this for you, man. It's not a great time. And only because Dallas is so banged up. It's not that they're the worst team. It's just they're the more injured team right now. It is strength on strength, though, right? Weakness on weakness. Injured offense versus healthy defense. Injured defense versus healthy offense. Goes both ways. But I am going to take Houston -7.5. What do you think, Spoon?
I'm taking Houston -7.5. The Cowboys are just in shambles. It's just, I don't know. We're bad. We're terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think we really have a shot to win this game at all. I'm going to take the Texans though in a 3-star.
So I do have to ask you a question here, Spoon, and it's a genuine question. I'm not trying to make it big.
Okay.
Is Cooper Rush the backup quarterback?
Yes.
So you guys traded a 4th-round pick for a 3rd-string quarterback in Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take Houston at 7.5. Yeah.
I mean, does any of it?
I thought maybe he was hurt and that's why he didn't play last game. Or
I mean, he did play, but only after the game got so far out of hand that they took Cooper Rush out because there was no point in leaving their starter.
Yeah, there's really not much to say about it. I don't know what the hell our team's doing. It's honestly as bad as the Bears right now.
Yeah,
I think it's worse than the Bears, Riley. I'm sorry to do that to you. It's worse than what the Bears.
I'm sorry to take the scheme of being the worst team from you.
I think it's only because it's the Cowboys and they have been so good.
Well, no, the last thing that they were complaining about was what I'm hearing, and I listened to the radio this morning, and there's a sports channel that I like to listen to on my way to work, and they were talking. All they could talk about with the Cowboys game was the sun being in CeeDee's eyes.
Oh yeah,
catch. And I'm just like, bro, we lost by what?
30.
We lost 34-6. I was like, even if he catches a touchdown there, and instead of scoring the field goal, which we did, okay, now it's 34-10. Whoop-de-doo. We still got our asses kicked either way. And it's like that's what we're talking about right now. Like we're not talking about anything else. And they're like,
how long have they played in that stadium? When was it built?
Oh, it was built in like
2010.
Yeah, like
2010, 2009.
There's no way this has been the first time that.
No, it's not. This has
both
been a
teams
thing.
play through it as a thing.
Yeah, this is the thing. Jerry Jones has been asked about it 100 times, and every time he has the same response of like, "Well, they have to play with it too." So like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just a design flaw that he's unwilling to be like, "Yeah, we fucked up." Like he spent all that money.
Because if you look at other stadiums, they are designed where it's like north to south.
Yeah, if you build your football stadium east to west, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, there you go, Jerry Jones. You're a fucking idiot.
Is Dallas the only stadium built east to west?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I mean, unless there's, I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of.
I'm trying to think. Minnesota's is built east to west, but there's no way for the sun to get in.
Yeah, it's all
at sunset. It faces the morning sun is where the glass is, so it wouldn't affect. Outdoor stadiums where it would affect, I only think of Dallas. Maybe not Arizona's indoor. Yeah, I can't think of any others off the top of my head. But I learned that, high school football level stuff. Like if you're building an outdoor stadium, you build it north to south so that you're not in the sun. I mean, Spoon, your high school stadium was built east to west, and we used to hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to hate it when we play you guys because it is built the first half of the game was always you're like, you can't see anything.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about it. It took me a second to remember where Spoon went to high school.
So I guess all the teams that I like and whatever, right where I grew up, it's always been retards, I guess.
Yep. All right. Well, do you guys got anything else to look out for week 11? Anything you want to add to the show real quick? I'm just gonna say I hope to God the Vikings don't lose to the Titans, dude. I'll be a fucking mess for at least 2 weeks. But all right, well, make sure to tune in next week. We do the same thing every week, so come back, see us next time. Have a good one.